Totally focus
Or
on
the
his
kitchen.
acting and voice work.
That's awesome.
So, hey, we're back in the kitchen. I thought we were going
Hello.
toy. Sorry about that. All right, so we are back in the kitchen with Trace. Hey, Julie.
Good morning.
Top of the morning. All right, so this is for St. Patty's Day,
It
obviously.
is, and this is an easy breezy dip that's super cheap and will feed a crowd and tastes so good.
I've never heard of this dip.
So easy. So what we've done, this is corned beef and cabbage dip, and we're using like the budding ham corned beef. You can use the like the thicker corned beef if you want, but this is perfect. This is kind of like the ham that you use in cheese balls, so it's really going to cook up well for us.
It's kind of thin.
It's thin. So we got 8 ounces of that corned beef, and what we've done is we've sliced it up into thin slices. That way it really disperses in our dip well.
Okay.
I've got a whole block of cream cheese in there.
Yeah, you do.
And well, you know, you can't go wrong with that. There's about 3 tablespoons of butter, and I've just lightly made these translucent. That way they don't have any crunch with our dip. I'm going to let you just go ahead and start adding those things in
Yeah,
if you
I don't
want.
like the crunch of an onion.
An onion. No, that kills everything from a dip to
I'm
meatloaf.
not for it. So what are we going to do?
Go ahead and add that sauerkraut. That's 15 ounces of canned sauerkraut that we've drained and chopped.
Okay, so you may not think you like sauerkraut, but I bet in this dip it's totally different.
You do,
right?
and this is very much like a Reuben dip.
Okay.
Because we're going to add sour cream and mayonnaise and all of that too. And if you don't love necessarily the taste of sauerkraut, you can wash that sauerkraut too and just dry it in a dish towel, and that's going to take a lot of that out. To that, we're going to add a half a cup of Thousand Island dressing.
Just your basic
Just
Thousand Island
basic
dressing?
Thousand Island, and then we're going to add a cup of just regular mayonnaise. You want to use a good full fat mayonnaise for that because we want it to hold together really well.
Okay.
To that, we're going to add 2 cups of shredded Swiss cheese and a little bit of white cheddar.
See, he's giving us an excuse to use a full fat because you got to make it
And
really
you're
good.
only going to have a few bites
That's
of this
right,
on like
for
a
one
pita.
day.
Yeah, and it's St. Patrick's Day. Who counts calories then? So you want to transfer this to a baking dish.
All right.
And you can do this in small ramekins if you want, or whatever. A cast iron skillet. Put that in a 350-degree oven. Top it with a little bit more cheese, and you are good to go. You want to bake that for about 30-35 minutes until all that's golden bubbly and the cheese is nice and brown.
And that's what it comes
This is
out
what it looks
looking
like. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah,
and it's got
oh
a
my
good
gosh.
cheesy crust. And look at that, like corned beef in there. It's really
That's
good.
a fun dip.
And here's how we're going to wash it down.
There
This
we
is the
go.
fun
All
part.
right.
So instead of a Moscow Mule, we are going to do an Irish Mule. So I have 2 ounces of Irish whiskey. I sponged it a little bit and put 2.5.
Okay.
So put that in your copper glass. Copper glasses come with Moscow Mules. To that, we're going to squeeze in a lime.
Okay.
And we're going to just top that off with a little bit of ginger beer.
So that's kind of what a Moscow Mule is. It's the ginger beer with the alcohol.
Ginger beer, easy. It's really bright, flavorful, and it's nice to sit around, and it pairs perfectly with this dip, and it's got the Irish whiskey, so it's got that little bit of Irish, flair to it. And we got a sprig of mint in the fridge that we'll garnish this with.
Okay, do you want to get it?
It don't matter.
Okay. I was going to say, for people who don't like to drink alcohol, you don't have to add the alcohol to the ginger beer with some lime?
The ginger beer and the lime and the little bit of mint is absolutely perfect if you're not a drinker. And of course, if you don't have Irish whiskey on hand, you can use any kind of whiskey that you have.
Okay.
And like I said, so when you serve this dip, take it out 30-35 minutes. You can serve that with, I love like a pita chip with it, or you can take like rye chips, since we, with that Reuben theme, slice that, throw that in the oven, toast that up, and it's absolutely delicious.
All right, this looks so much fun for St. Patrick's Day, or really any day, but we love the theme for St. Patrick's Day coming up. So if you want to get this recipe, we'll have it for you online. We'll have it posted. I'll put it on my Facebook page as well, or you can go to
The Bitter Socialite on Facebook and The Bitter Socialite on Instagram, or thebittersocialite.com. I was going to do that with an Irish accent, but I don't think I could.
We won't put y'all through it anymore.
Let me have one of these, and then we'll do that.
You might do better. All right, Trace Barnett. Thank you, doll.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.